All right. I hope we're live. Come into the room, come into the room, come into the room, come into the room. Once again, who knows who will come into the room because it's been a while. It's been a while since I've been on. It's just like a week or so. All right. About a week ago. But as you all may or may not know, you know, was having a bit of a crisis with Cersei, and it's been difficult for me. Anyone that knows me knows I'm an empath. I talk about that all the time on here, and not to give too much away, but I guess I will. I'm also a Hayoka. I don't know if that matters to you, but it matters to me. And it's very difficult dealing with all the feelings, and a situation like this arising with Cersei and her eyes just made me really hyper aware of how you can, lose the people you love. And, it's sad and scary to think about. Try not to think about it. And we're still looking for other options and hoping for the best. But as of now, it looks like no matter what, she could lose her sight in one or both of her eyes. And, just to imagine that she would never be able to see again, and that, she's going to be in pain from this. It's been a lot. It's been a lot for me to deal with. So I had to take a break. And again, like, I'm not, it's like, I don't talk about it, I be about it, right? Cersei is what matters, not getting attention on YouTube. A lot of times when you do stuff like this, people are like, you just want attention. Maybe I want attention because I want to spread a message that I think nobody's really addressing. Maybe that's why I want the attention, but yeah. So, all right, let's get into it. Cardi B. All right. The Cardi B video up. I actually saw it for some reason. I was like, I usually don't watch her music videos. I mean, it is what it is. We barbs. I wouldn't call myself a barb per se, but I am a huge fan of Nicki Minaj's talents and her work. So I don't listen to a lot of Cardi B, but I liked Cardi B, like early Cardi B. Like I liked the gangster touch. Okay. And now she's like more pop and stuff because she's moving in to get her money, and it is what it is. Get the bag. Absolutely. People, I remember when I was growing up, it was like Brenda's got a baby, right? I heard Brenda's got a baby, but Brenda's barely got a brain. That's why I got Pac up in the corner here, because I just love him so much. I think he's one of the greatest rappers that ever lived, point blank period. If not the greatest. I don't care what anyone says. Everyone's like, Jay-Z, whatever, man, get out of here. I don't care. To me, Tupac is one of the greatest rappers ever. And it's just because in the short amount of time he was here, the impact he made and the things that he said. And Brenda's Got a Baby is such a powerful song, right? And when I was growing up, I'm not going to say I hated it. I didn't hate the song, but it terrified me, right? Because so much of what was in that song was realities that I was facing, right? Or had to worry about facing. And don't you know when Diddy came out with Mace, right? I don't was like, oh, thank God. Right? Thank God. Give me some woohoo, right? I want colors and sparkles, right? I don't want this depressing right? As I got older is when I obviously began to appreciate Tupac more. But when I was a kid, I was drawn to his music because he's the best. And because he was speaking a truth that so few people were speaking. I mean, how many songs are out there like Brenda's Got a Baby? Not many. That's not many. So, and if you don't know Brenda's Got a Baby, then as Biden would say, you ain't black. Okay? I think that I want to take my power back in terms of all of the you ain't black that goes on around here. And, I like to give it out, as much as people like to give it to me. So, if you don't know Brenda's Got a Baby, that's your black card. That's your black card. All right. You should know. And I don't mean like, oh, are you familiar with the song? You should know every word. Don't make me sing it, guys. Don't do that. Because one, I try to sound like Tupac, which is ridiculous, but okay, so moving on. Cardi B, Up. I saw the music video and it definitely was giving me like I liked it. I liked it. You know what I'm saying? Like it was cute. It was a bop. But it was giving me Nicki aesthetics. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of pink. I'm like, that's not your color, right? For backgrounds. I mean, she doesn't own the color. Okay, all right, don't come at me, don't come at me, don't come at me. But she usually is not really doing like the bright pink, right? And like the super oh hey Savvy. I was just explaining that it's looking like she may lose sight in one or both of the eyes, but we're still doing everything we can. So, hey, Deshante, Savvy and Deshante. My husband always says, "Oh yeah, people like you." I'm like Savvy and Deshante. Those are my two. All right, all right, and I appreciate y'all. I really do. So thank you for, still dealing with me through the break. As I was saying, Cersei not doing well. I just felt it was important to spend time with her and to spend as much time with her as I need to make sure she's okay. And I think that us making sure that we are medicating her, every 8 hours, I think that's helping. It looks like it has been helping to slow down the process of her eyes, ultimately deteriorating, right? So that's been hard. Like I said, it's been hard for me because I'm an empath, and I actually had a nightmare when I saw her eye the first time, and it was a horrible nightmare. It was like gruesome. And I woke up and I told my husband, I was like, we have to take her in now. And of course, that's because I'm an empath and I have connections to spirit world and all of that. I'm just being honest. Some people don't have it. I've always had it. I've always had very vivid dreams, very deja vu dreams. Right. And I see people making big money off of it. I'm not trying to make money off of that or anything. It's just a skill, a natural born gift that I have. I do believe. And I don't care because guys are like, whatever. My husband's like, whatever. I don't care, whatever. But it's a skill to be an empath. Okay. But it's a blessing and sometimes a curse. So why did I bring up the Cardi B video? It was cute, but I feel like it had Nicki aesthetics, but okay. But I remember thinking, oh, I actually kind of like this song, and that's interesting, right? Because I don't usually feel drawn to her music. And don't you know, there's a song just like it somewhere else, right? And, I don't know if you guys have ever checked out my hip hop songs that I wrote. I mean, I call them more rap, spoken word, but whatever it is, right? I started writing hip hop songs over the pandemic because I was like, I can write better bars than what these chicks have. I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to be a rapper. And that's why people kind of be hating, because it's like, I'm not trying to be a rapper. I have enough things on my plate. I'm an actor. I'm a teacher. I'm a writer. I do a lot. I'm doing this YouTube. I do a lot. Like, I don't need to be a rapper. All right. I don't have the knees for it. That's the only reason. I'll be honest. If I had the knees for it, yes, I would be a rapper. I would be a rapper, baby. I don't have the knees for it. Okay, so I leave that to thank you, Savvy. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, Deshante. Blessing and curse. Blessing and curse. And I know other people who have the same, for the few empaths of us that are out there. Thank you, Deshante. I appreciate that. Yeah, so I like to do a little writing, rapping. My bio dad, allegedly. The only reason I'm pretty sure he's my bio dad is because of similar looks and appearances. They're always like, y'all look like y'all dad. Y'all look like y'all dad. Well, I guess my dad was a semi-attractive man. Because hello. Okay. No. I actually, I've had a hard time with that, like accepting my looks and being like, but I look like this man who couldn't rise to not the occasion, right? Because it's not an occasion to make children. The standard. He couldn't rise to the standard and raise his children, right? I have a hard time like coming to terms with the fact that I look like someone who could do that. Don't like. So anyways, I like to write my rhymes ish and just try to like see how I can like get them as Nicki-esque and awesome as possible. And yeah, you can check them out. They're on this channel. I think I've gotten a lot better since then, but I think that I write bars better than most of the bars that are out there. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. Check out my videos. Check out my videos. That's what I'm talking about. Nobody wants to check out my videos. Check them out. Check the bars. You know what I'm saying? If you steal my song, it's going to be obvious because the video's been out for way too long. And anyways, I've performed some of my bars in front of other industry people, and they've agreed that, I have potential there. So anyways, why do I bring this up? Because, like I said, when I heard Cardi B's Up, I was like, oh, I like this, and I don't usually like her stuff. I was like, okay, cool. And I downloaded it. Oh my God, I downloaded it. Okay. And then kind of find out there's apparently some, rappers that have a similar song, right? And she's like, if it's up, then it's up. If it's up, then it's up. Right? And then the guy's like, if it's up, DanieSteel, if he's up, DanieSteel. Right? And the bottom line is it's sounding similar. It's sounding similar. And that's not the first time that this has happened, that I've listened to an artist that I don't usually like, and I'm like, oh, wow, I actually like this song. And then it's like, oh, they took it from an artist that's not as well known, right? And it's like, how can you do that? How can you do that as a rapper, right? I'll never understand it. Cap. I don't get it. Just write your own bars. If you need a ghostwriter, hello. I'm telling you guys, I can be your ghostwriter. I can be your ghostwriter, baby. You can take my breath away. Okay, I can be your ghostwriter. If you need a ghostwriter, if it's that hard, okay? So I can talk a lot about these things. I promise you. I grew up on Trina, baby. Trina. She was like the only female, and that's what's so, I don't know, that's what's so interesting about it to me. It's like, of course we loved Lil' Kim, but to me, Trina was a better rapper than Lil' Kim. And to me, she had more solo hits. That's just my opinion of what was happening at the time. And I loved me some Trina, you know? Okay, and then right? Okay. I've told you guys before with this colorist argument, you're not going to get away with it. All right? You're not going to get away with claiming that colorism goes both ways when it doesn't go both ways anywhere else in the world, right? Go to Brazil, go to different parts of Asia. You don't have lighter skinned people being like, it goes both ways to the darker skinned people. They just say, okay, obviously there's systems in place that make life literally harder for people on a color scale because of racism and WS and all that. They wouldn't be sitting there be like, it goes both ways. It's just so disingenuous. It's disingenuous. All right? People hating on you, that's not discrimination. That's not how it works. And you're absolutely right. It's low vibrational. And that's why I made the announcement on my channel that I'm not having low vibrational conversations on this stuff anymore. Anymore. All right? Celine, in case you didn't know where that's from. All by myself, which apparently, right, is like supposed to be our slogan. All by myself, don't wanna live. Right? They're like, you're gonna die alone if you don't do what I say. You're gonna die alone. Ever see two people die at the same time? They want to go back to ancient Greece. They want to go back to ancient Egypt. What are you talking about? What an irrational fear. There's so many things to fear and worry about in this world. And you literally have people being like, you're going to die alone. Anyways, did she steal the song? Looks like she was heavily influenced by it, right? And it's like, dude, why don't you just switch some of the words, right? Like the guys were singing, the rappers that are like, you stole our song, was like, if it's up, then it's stuck. And then she's like, if it's up, then it's stuck. I mean, it's the same words. Why not change stuck to sup? If it's up, then it's up. If it's up, then it's up. That's even easier on the tongue. I'm just saying. All right, so wish her all the best. I thought the video was cute. I mean, it is what it is. I don't need to wish her the best. She is a hustler. You know, it's there's a correlation between Black people that succeed in the industry without nepotism and connections and them being born and raised in New York City. Black and brown people, right? Poor people in general, white people too, right? Because they hustle, they grind in New York. So she is a hustler. So she's always going to, be doing well. But I feel like this is an example before I close out on Cardi B and move on to the next topic because I gotta get ready for dinner. I feel like this is an example of like when you're hyped, you have all of the hype, but the talent and the work ethic in the art that you're participating in isn't connecting, isn't adding up, right? One of the reasons I like to write raps and rhymes or whatever is because I love Nicki Minaj, and my deadbeat dad was a rapper, so I don't know, it's somewhere in me. Everybody in my family likes to rap, so we just genuinely like to rap. I'm an artist, so I like when I write my lyrics, my rap lyrics, right? I try to compete with people that inspired me, right? I'm sitting up there 8 Mile, and it's not even my industry. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have to be writing and you have to be constantly, trying new things. And yeah, it's just like you can't just depend on people to give you a song, because I'm sure that if the song was taken from someone else, she probably doesn't know about it, right? She probably has just been busy being a millionaire and, being beautiful. But it's clearly been, influenced by someone else. It's clear. So, and it's crazy that happens, because it's like, you guys have ghostwriters and all this talent and stuff. Anyways, like I said, if you ever see this video, hit me up. You need a ghostwriter. I'll write your rhymes. That's fine. All right. Moving on from Cardi B. Barbs. Sorry. Greatest female rapper. In hip hop, everyone's a female. They don't say woman. So greatest female rapper of all time, Nicki Minaj. And that's okay. That's okay. I would say Cardi B is one of the most prolific rappers of all time, not just female rappers, but rappers of all time, right? So there's different titles for different things. Okay, moving on. Protect Black women. I talk about this a lot on my channel. Protect Black women. Simple enough. Protect Black women has to start with self, right? There's all these conversations about, well, how can we protect Black women in this community? It starts with self. It starts with self, guys. And when you're talking to a group of people, and that is the collective, who don't want to accept accountability, it starts with self, is not something that y'all want to hear. But that's the reality of it. I'll give you an example. I don't know if you've ever seen a public freakout video of a cop trying to arrest a white woman. Okay. But almost every video like that, half of the white women get, like, they let them go. They let them go. Because the white woman will be like, you're going to be sued. She'll be like, get your hand, get your hand. They'll repeat it over and over again. Get your hand off my body. Get your hand. Those are over and over again. They'll be like, I don't know who you think you're talking to. I don't know who you think you're touching. Right? And so obviously they have an immense amount of protection from the patriarchy that they're under. But because of that protection, they have a sense of, you're not going to mess with me because I'm not going to allow it, right? That Black women definitely need to have more of. And I'm not talking about when a guy is confronting you on the street. I am talking about if a guy is hitting on you on the street, right? I know that it's scary and I know that it's hard, and it's not fair because, our male counterparts have to worry about the police, but we have to worry about the police and our male counterparts and other men. And you see what I'm saying? So it starts with maybe things like when a guy is like trying to like be like, come over here. I think that you're within your right to keep it moving. You can keep it moving. You don't owe him to stop and give him your number. That's what I'm saying. And I know that it's scary, but it's like, it starts with us doing stuff like that. Yeah, it also starts with them backing up and leaving us alone. But we teach people how to treat us, right? And you can give off, there's women that give off more of a, I'm really not the one to mess with vibe than other women, right? Of course, some women will be like, I don't want to be hard. I don't want to be, steely, right? But it's like, but I do want to get home. I do want to get home safe. And I think I'm well within my right that if a guy is, and these guys love to pretend that all they're doing is saying hello, right? They love to pretend that, I said hello and y'all cuss me out. Maybe it's because she's had so many men, right, harassing her about that she just doesn't want one more encounter. We always talk about not understanding the men, but there's no discussion about understanding the women. None. Like, once again, I'm sorry your mother stayed and raised you. I'm sorry that didn't work out how you wanted it to. But that doesn't mean you know and understand women, right? So there's a lack of empathy and compassion for our experience. And people are having these discussions now more than ever. So it should be nothing new. I say it in a very PC way. Let's keep it 100. There are people on here rocking, just like, y'all know that. So it's like, come on. And the reason that I do that is because, I want there to be progress. I don't like non-solution based conversation, right? That we have to be moving towards an understanding and an answer when I'm talking about something, or I don't want to talk about it. And that's why I said the low vibrational way that y'all discuss colorism, be like, it goes both ways. It goes both ways. You're not doing that over here. You're not doing it over here. Just like racism doesn't go both ways, colorism doesn't go both ways. And you're not going to do it over here. I'm not going to answer to that. Just like I haven't answered to, WS and all of that kind of garbage, trolling and rhetoric. I'm not going to do it anymore. It's too low vibrational. Y'all have to read a book. Reading Rainbow. What's up? Take a look It's in a book, reading rainbow. What don't y'all understand about that? A reading rainbow. You have to open up a book. And, it's just, there's been a lot more conversations on social media lately about the low vibrational, low standards that are accepted as the norm in this collective, right? I was just watching something about Meg Thee Stallion doing a live with a male artist that she's collaborated with multiple times. And he was rude. He was rude. But, like, here's the thing. Are there not a bunch of videos of him treating dark-skinned Black women, brown-skinned and dark-skinned Black women like this and worse? There are. So it's like, y'all keep putting yourself around the same type of dude time and time again. Insanity. A lot of the anger that people have in response to this, I don't have, because I take these issues on a macro level and on a systemic level. I don't think about a lot of this stuff on an individual level. Also, I've never been burned and or hurt romantically by, the colorism that affects dark-skinned Black women, right? And it's not because I dated a bunch of, guys at all. It's not because of that. It's because I'm not obsessed with the male gaze, and I didn't care. So I just kept it moving. I'm going to go where people want to be open and have conversation. I'm not going to be trying to have a conversation with some dude that don't want to have a conversation with me. When I was in, and that's why I've talked about this before, right? When I was in college, and I went to PWIs, kindergarten through 12th grade, and undergrad and grad school, right? Generally, it's a lot of colorism. It's a lot of preferentials. I'm not going to sit around and try to talk to some guy who's brainwashed and indoctrinated by his ridiculous standards of not liking himself. No. I'm going to talk to who wants to talk to me. So the fact that y'all would sit there and try to have conversations with these dudes that think that you have to jump through hoops to prove yourself to them, right? Is there any surprise by their behavior? They've literally set a tone that it doesn't matter what you do, right? Back in the 70s, when they wasn't marrying Black women, remember that video of the moms, a lot of them young, being like, I don't need a man, right? All of those women were skinny. They were all fit. They were all fit women. There wasn't not one fat woman in that group of women. It's a popular video that they love to put out, right? They love to bring that video out and be like, look at y'all. Y'all said. It's like that particular group of women said, right? But even if they did say it, as a man who is a leader, who is a father, who is a husband, you're not going to let nothing run you away from your home. That doesn't make sense. Anyways, all of those women were fit, right? And back then it was, oh, y'all not educated. Then you went out and got an education. Oh, now you too educated. So you slow that down. Oh, now you too fat. The goalpost constantly moves, and you're jumping through hoops. And y'all think that this is normal. And as we've seen in the case with Iggy Azalea, anyone who comes into that toxic collective cultural standard is susceptible to this, right? We see it with Iggy Azalea. I think she's a decently attractive woman. She's got a nice body, Iggy Azalea, right? But she was still cheated on. She's white, she's got money, she's fit. She was still cheated on. Because they're going to move the goalpost every time. And so you can't be sitting around playing a victim talking about oh, he was whispering in my ear, this and that. Who cares? Who cares what he whispers? Who is he? But you don't want to listen to your mama. You don't want to listen to your sister. You don't want to listen to your friends, right? But the zigmatized and the pick-me's are the ones that fall prey for this the most. But you also have the Black women who are like, nothing but my king, right? Nothing but my king. But they're getting older and they're not being chosen. And they're angry, right? And they are the ones that will lead conversations and discussions against fellow Black women who've done nothing to them. Nothing at all to them. They haven't stole the men that they wanted. Nothing at all to them. But they're leading conversations about how much they hate these women, right? Who, instead of succumbing to the 3/4 of Black women who will never be married, never chose to open their options and date and or marry men based on their quality, right? Alone, okay? The negativity is aimed at these women, right? At single mothers and the women who decided to not be a statistic of 3/4 of Black women who will never be married, right? That's the reason everything is crumbling. And here's the thing. I don't care. They're going to keep saying that because something's off in the noggin. Let me tell you something. Y'all are obsessed. Y'all are obsessed. And that's why a lot of y'all don't like me. I don't care. That's why a lot of people don't like me, because I'm not zigmatized. I'm always choose the money over sex. Always. I will never be lured. I mean, don't get me wrong. These dudes are snakes. Snakes on a plane. They'll say anything. I couldn't believe it. The things that I endured in my 20s because of these dudes. All right? They'll say anything. The lies. Stop the lies. Stop the lies. The lies, it's sick. There's something pathological about telling a woman you love her and or you will marry her when you have no intention to, just to get sexual access. And then turn around and be like, everybody want me. I mean, some people didn't have a choice. You lied. You're liars. A lot of dusties. Liars. And that pathological way that they lie to get into women's pants and or to impregnate women was not something that I was interested in. It's not something that I'm interested in. I'm interested in higher vibrating conversations. It is what it is. energies in general. Would never be attracted to a guy being like, I want you to have my baby. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. What do I care? What's that have to do with me? What does that have to do with me? I want you to have my baby. I want you to pay my bills. You first. They were all skinny in the 70s and they still left them behind with kids. Yo, they were all skinny. They were skinny. That wasn't good enough. They were skinny. They were skinny. Oh my God. Y'all play yourselves every time. I'm not going to participate. Not my circus. Not my circus. They were skinny. What happened then? Because Jenny Jones, that show wasn't out yet. What's going on? They didn't have the talk shows in the 70s. They were skinny. I can't. So anyways, it starts with self, right? And also there's something wrong with allowing that, right? That make you jump through hoops. You can't do that around me. Like I said, bye. Deuces. I don't tolerate it. I just don't. I've noticed a lot of times, they'll want you to be submissive to them. I'll meet some random dude. He'll get in his feelings if I'm not submitting to him. Who the hell are you? And what have you done? See, you want women to cook, clean, raise the kid, birth the kid, look good, deal with your Guess what? Women were doing that 100 years ago. You know what men were doing 100 years ago? Building tunnels, building bridges. Where is my bridge? Don't ever demand nothing from me. Don't ask me for dinner if I need a bridge. I need a bridge. Don't talk to me about building. It was already built. Y'all act like the infrastructure wasn't here. What's going on? What have you built? Bill Gates built all the computers. All right? You want to talk about some trinkets? Men build bridges and tunnels. Brawn. Statues. All right? That's what men do. All right? Women cook, clean, bear your egg. It don't change for us, boo. I keep asking all the nerdy men out there, where is my hologram? There should be holograms jumping out of the phones. It's 2021. And it's not feeling like 2021 because y'all didn't build the holograms. I'm not asking for much. I'm not asking for a holodeck. All right? Give me something where the images is jumping out of the screen for me. All right? 3D. 3D should be a lot more accessible. Anyways, y'all got to build that, guys. All right? And we'll keep doing what we're supposed to do. All right? Sweep the kitchen. Fold laundry. That's what women were doing 100 years ago, too. Yeah. And 100 years ago, men were building bridges and buildings. Not talking about we built everything. Because they were building it. All right, now. So, bingo. right? And, before I continue, I want to sidebar because a lot of times we talk about personal accountability in the Black community. People will say, oh, that's a WS talking point. False! False! See, that's the setup. They don't want you thinking about what you can do despite the landmines put in place to prevent you from getting to your goal. Do you understand? They don't want you to do that. They want you to say, oh, look what they set up in place. I can't get over this. And that's what happens every time you choose to not break a generational curse. You're not going to tell me that my relationship is worse than not giving these kids proper homes. Generational curses. My goal was to break every single one before I brought a child into this. And I've done that straight up. I couldn't be more proud of myself. I couldn't be more proud of myself. That's work. That's the work. And they'll ostracize you for it because you want to break generational curses. Oh, you act like you too good. I am for this mess. Yeah, you bet your bottom dollar. What's next? You'll never shame me for breaking generational curses. Never, never. So, protect Black women. People want to say it, but they don't want to put it into motion. And it starts with you doing that for yourself. I do the best I can. You can't control everything in life. You can't. But everything that you can control, you should try to. Yeah, I believe that. Control your environment. You're an adult. The reality is a lot of you are not breaking generational curses, and you're not educating yourselves on unlearning these toxic cultural norms. And then you want to say, why do they treat us like this? You've been allowing it. I don't allow it. And let me tell you something. I have a very safe circle and a quiet life. And I'm good with that. I'm good with that. I've had a lot of people who are alone try to tell me, oh, you're going to be alone. Oh, no, I'll never be alone. I'm married. But how you doing? No, I'll never be alone. I got 2 cats and a dog. And I'm constantly building connections and making new friends is not a problem for me. So if it no longer serves you, let it go. Because when you're a Black woman, when you're a dark-skinned Black woman, that's what they're going to do to you. Treat you like you're disposable. And that's not on some hurt-ish. That's just on some, it's pathetic. It's pathetic. Like, don't waste my time. What's up, Sleepy? Sleepy CCS? Where are my holograms, guys? I thought you were builders. I need dancing holograms. All right. I've been telling my husband about the hoverboard for years. I was like, boy, if you don't get out my face and get to making my hoverboard, all right? And not those little hoverboards that's like little skateboards and you gotta be like, no, I want a real hoverboard. I want to be in the sky. Okay? I want to be in the sky. Get to it, guys. All right, builders. So yeah, it's like at this point you got to stop making excuses. You've made enough excuses. and the toxicity, the codependency. Look where it's gotten, y'all. People are on social media being like, what's going on? Right? Y'all have revealed yourselves. There's a lot of platforms, new platforms. People can just pop in and hear y'all having conversations. Right? I literally heard one guy being like, right? They're having a conversation about protect Black women. And of course, you know, they invite a white person to discuss it, even though I don't know how that's going to help y'all in y'all community. And the white guy was like, oh my God. He was like, what is going on? White refrigerators, right? He couldn't believe it. And if you look at the conversations that people are having on social media, it's a lot of pointing the finger and shifting the blame and projecting, right? And that's not going to get you anywhere. I think it's okay if you play the cards that you were dealt. I think it's okay to acknowledge obstacles have been put in place to ensure I don't succeed. It sucks. It's not fair. Now here's what I'm going to do about that reality that's not going to change. Again, your enemy does not want you to do that. They want you to say, oh, look, there's an obstacle. I can't get over these obstacles. I'm not going to be as glorious as I should be. I'm not going to be, you know what I'm saying? They do that to us in life. I'm not going to shine on them. I'm not going to invent this. I'm not going to work on that. Because look at these obstacles. No, you got to stunt on your enemy. The best way that y'all could be doing that would be to focus on the majority of people in your community who procreate with one another. They should be marrying one another. And you know, I think building households, stable, secure households for the children should be the number one priority if you're actually serious about doing something about anything. Also protecting Black women, because that's what I was going to say successful men do. That's what men do, right? To show that, hey, we got it like that, right? Look how we take care of our women. And just stop with all the name blaming and, you know, FUB, right? It's like, calm down. Y'all, you don't be acting like that around me. I'm not gonna be around it, you know? And then when you let people know, hey, I'm not gonna be around that, you can be around it. For me, I didn't go out a lot when I was younger because I was like, oh no, you're not gonna just, I'm at the club dancing. You're not gonna just come up on me and start humping, talking about something we dancing. That's not a dance. I don't like to be disrespected. Did I come up to you and go in your wallet and take out $100? So why are you coming up to me and humping on me because I'm in a club? And so I was taught that's the standard. If you're in this space, people will treat you like, hey, you deserve to be groped or in certain spaces. So I said, okay, I'll avoid those spaces. That's fine. Absolutely. And you know, it's because they've been infantilized by the women that they have narcissistic personality disorder a lot of the times. because their mothers have coddled them, or maybe they've been too overburdening, because they've allowed a situation where, you know, the father's not present. Um, that these dudes have an inflated sense of ego, right? And I think a lot of times people have stated, like, there's a lot of pain there. Um, I see the people that I see most in pain are, you know, the independent woman that doesn't want to date out because, you know, it's king or bust, and that's fine. But she's angry. And I'm like, why are you angry? You've made that choice for yourself. Why are you angry? Because the numbers don't lie, right? And I'm like, you're gonna have to deal with that pain and figure that out. You know, I mean, good luck. But I wouldn't change everything about everything that I am and everything that I'm doing to get some guy. That's just not how I roll. Um, Absolutely. The narcissism is real. A lot of these dudes play video games. I play video games, you know, but I'll play for an hour or two and then I'll hang it up, right? And I might play once or twice, you know, 3 times a week. Something fun to do, right? I'm not Cassandra. I'm not Jade. A lot of these dudes think they Tomb Raider, and they think that they are actually like who they've been playing for 12 hours a day. This is not a video game, bruh. You didn't win nothing today. You didn't build nothing today. You didn't protect nothing today. That was all in the video game. So the video games have destroyed these dudes' brains. They really think that like this ain't a video game. Sonic. And that narcissism is to protect the fragile ego. Very fragile egos. And you have to be wary around anyone with a fragile ego. I personally kind of refuse to be around anyone with a fragile ego, right? And I know that for me, being the woman that I am, guys get fragile egos when I speak to them for some bizarre reason. I don't, you know, I've heard women speak to some of these guys, and I find myself to be quite nice in comparison, right? But like, um, you know, if like maybe if I correct a guy, right? Like, no, actually, it's this. They'll be like, you beat, right? And I'm like, what the hell, right? And it's like, why are you responding like this? Again, it's something I don't tolerate. So when it happens, I leave. I leave the space. And that's something that's only happened on social media for the past, you know, several years because, like I said, my personal space, I'm not going to tolerate it. And I've had male family members who think that they can speak to me any old kind of way. You can't. Nice try, though. I'm not the one. Um, you know, their projection goes back to not wanting to compete with other men, right? That's where that projection comes from, because that energy should be in competing with other men, not tearing down your women. And it's a sport, and it's a hobby, and it's a culture that if you stay in and contribute to, right, your silence is complicity. So I've been speaking up about this toxic for years. Not only that, I practice what I preach. So I don't endure it because I'm worth a hell of a lot more than fragile egos. and I set the example. You ain't gonna have me jumping through hula hoops, baby. No, you're not. Not when you haven't built bridges and holograms. Build the bridges and the holograms and then produce the hula hoops. I shall commence to jumping. And that's been my whole point with this whole divest word situation is divest from generational trauma. Divest from that. You need to be focused on getting a high quality man, not a high value man. Okay? High quality man. Absolutely, sleepy CCS. Boy, this ain't no football. I don't care. I don't care. 40-yard touchdown. Line yard. All right. I don't care, bruh. I don't care that you just won the championship. That's why you lost the game and I laughed at your black ass. Okay? That's why you lost the game. Okay? Don't let them lose the game. Don't let them lose a game, right? You ever see these dudes lose a video game? They go, "Rah!" Right? Then they want to talk about you being emotional. Ever see them lose a video game? That's why you lost the game and I laughed at your black ass. All right? Kings are cool, right? Right, yo. Black men is one of the most searchable words for straight porn. And they're the only men in this category. That shouldn't be a compliment. Okay, Michelle was right. I don't have the patience, baby. Then they'll be like, oh, and you think you all that gonna try to call me a narcissist? Impossible. I'm an empath. I'm a Hayoka, baby. Impossible. Impossible. All right? It's impossible. A narcissist is going to call you a narcissist. That's one thing a narcissist is going to do. They're going to call you a narcissist. That doesn't mean nothing to me, narcissist. I give them the 3 fingers. I give them the Whoopi Goldberg. You shall not pass, Dusty. That's why you lost the game and I laughed at your black ass. All right, that's why you lost the game. Why is a game important to you? Why are you playing games? Ain't you a man? I thought you was building. Are you building or are you playing games? And, other women don't have to put up with this, guys. Other women do not have to put up with this. I've never seen a group of women that have to jump through more hoops than Black women. I refuse. I rebuke thee. I refuse. Satan. Absolutely, Savvy. Absolutely. And I think it's because I grew up in, diverse education settings. And I saw how other women would react to men, forcing their beliefs and ideas on them and stuff. And they would stand up. I went to an all-girls Catholic high school, so I think that also helped too. But yeah, I mean, it's just, I'm going to fight for myself 100%. I'll be my own advocate. Absolutely. Every time, you know? So, like I said, and other women aren't put through this. So a really great example of that where you can see that is when Kevin Samuels, right, talks to white women on his show. Observe the difference between how white women talk to him on the show and how black women talk to him, right? The white women are totally unfazed by who he is. They don't really know who he is. They're totally unimpressed, right? And then black women are like, I guess, tee. Oh, so you saying it's over for me? It's just over? It's just over for me? And the white women are like, yeah, whatever, that's your opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you playing into their game? Right? Why are you letting them tell you what's black or what's a woman? Or they be in female conversations far too much. Far too much. Female conversations of female topics. I don't talk to men about female issues. What the hell do you need to be? Look, if I need a oil change, all right. If I need to build an igloo, these are things men do. You don't talk about women issues, all right? That's not what high quality men do. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys, but it's just the truth. Y'all let them do this and y'all play into their game, hook, line, and sinker. Right? I'll be damned. And they know it, and I don't care. I don't care. My bills is paid. What they do is they hound and harass you for your number and to date you, right? How many women do we know that are like, he kept asking over and over again, so I said yes. And you married and having children, well, I mean, statistically, are you married? And having children with a dude who, but for the fact that he continuously barraged you with continuously hounded you for a date, you would not have children with this man. That is crazy and sad. So then they do this to you, and then they say, look at who you pick. Look at the thugs you pick. When you were 20 years old trying to walk down the street and get home, and this dude kept hounding you for your number. As soon as you do it and have his baby, then they're going to be telling you ain't for that, right? I think that this is one of the reasons why I talk about post-traumatic slave syndrome so much on this channel. Well, I have, like I said, after February, I'm not going to be talking about these issues because I've talked about them enough. The videos are on the channel, but I have to move forward in my content. And, there's a lack of wanting to learn and unlearn and relearn and to educate yourself out of indoctrination that I can't help and I can't participate in anymore. So for me, I just want to move forward. I've figured out a lot of these topics for myself, and I think that was most important for me. And I just want to move forward in positivity and light. And I feel like these are not topics that Black people are ready to have. So they must be fairly content with how things are. When they're ready to have these conversations, they can have them. And my videos will serve as a reminder that I've been talking about this stuff years before it was popular, years. So briefly, let's get to the Black woman that was assaulted in Harlem. I lived in New York. I faced similar traumatic experiences when I was living in, the more hood areas of New York in my 20s. And like I said, it's not fair that we have to live in fear in our own communities, right? So then you have a lot of these guys being like, well, I'm not gonna like jump in if some guy is hounding you because I gotta worry about my own life, but it's like, are you worried about your own life when it's your family? Are you worried about your own life then, or would you jump up and do it? You know what I'm saying? This is a human being. Not only that, but a lot of times it's not instances of some guy aggressing or a group of guys aggressing so much as it is maybe you saw a woman in your family being abused in some way. Step up, say something, help her, talk to her, acknowledge her pain. It starts with that kind of stuff. You can do that basic stuff, right? Being there for your children, right? Choosing better. Those are all things that the men can do to start helping protect the women in their communities, right? Making better choices, thinking about the women in your life. It's not all about jumping, using your body as a shield. That's not the only way that you can protect Black women. You know what I'm saying? So, truly, it goes back to what I was saying at the beginning. Hold on real quick. Which is you have to protect yourself, right? It starts with yourself. Nobody's going to protect you if you don't protect yourself. Not when you're a Black woman. Very rarely, right? You have to set that tone and that standard. Unfortunately, that's how it is. You can say it's not fair. Life is unfair. The pimp culture of running game, emotional manipulation was not so prevalent when I was young in the 1970s. Hip hop was running game, go mainstream. Running game is nothing but exactly that. Yeah, that running game ish. I ain't got time for that. That stuff is absolutely is sociopathic behavior. Sociopathic behavior. Again, to lie to get sexual access, something's off. You're mentally unstable. That should be your first red flag. Yeah, I used to listen to NWA growing up. It's the world's biggest. Don't matter, just don't bite it. It's the world's biggest. Don't matter, just don't bite it. What do you want me to do with it? Don't matter, just don't bite it. Okay, anyways. Good times. But also, right, I was young and I didn't realize how that was impacting the image that I would have to grow into being, right? The way that these guys really talk about you, and a lot of women will be like, oh my God, I can't believe. Okay, well, I guess you wasn't watching my video because I already addressed this stuff. That's what they do, and a lot of Black women only care about it in as much as it relates to their romantic life, right? They're like, oh, well, they choose other women when they choose other women. Okay, well, whatever. I mean, to me, it goes beyond that. But so why don't you say something to the women that they're choosing then, if it hurts you that much? Why don't you say something to them? Why are you saying something to me? Which you may say nothing to me because out of here. But like it's like I said, you're never gonna shame me for breaking generational curses, so it's not gonna happen. Let's also talk about Chad Wheeler. Here goes Heiselful. I just don't think I'm gonna skip a beat. You can't stop the beat. Okay, don't worry about that because Chad Wheeler goes back to choosing toxicity, goes back to not using critical thinking, that there is a culture of stigmatization. A lot of these women are stigmatized. I just addressed that. I've addressed it in previous videos. I like men that are smart. I like men that are pensive and thoughtful, introspective. And then there are women that like football players and boxers. I'm not saying these guys don't deserve love. I'm saying the way that they don't want to date a fat woman. Why are you dating a dude who gets knocked about the head for a living? It's not for me. It's not for me. But, right? I mean, that's what that goes back to. And men like him are entitled as well. And men like him are cowards. Right? Pick on someone your own size. Go ahead and lose your mind in the football, in the locker room. And see how that worked for you. But I'll be honest, I don't look into these topics like that much because I feel like they're low vibrational and I have better things to do with my time. So than to traumatize myself with, you know what I'm saying, stories of pain and whatever, right? But yeah, what he did was messed up, and I hope he goes to jail. Throw away the key. So we talked about Chad Wheeler, Heinzelful. What's up? What's up? Welcome to the room. Please hit the like button. They say anything, just bite it, except for when they hit it like it's a ketchup bottle. Huh? What? Are you talking about NWA lyrics? Okay. As I've said before, my therapist said that living in the hood is like living in a refugee camp. Like that's the impact that living in the hood can have on a person. And that's what they have to provide for you. That's what they give to Black women. And they say you're too masculine. But I think that everyone responds to trauma. Like, I think that it's wrong to pathologize how people respond to trauma. We need to start pathologizing the abusers and why they do what they do. right? And it's always like, oh, well, Black people don't respond well to racism. Nobody responds well to racism. It's not a naturally occurring thing. It's not supposed to happen. People aren't supposed to live with that over their lives. It's the same thing goes for sexism, colorism. They're not naturally occurring states that human beings should have to live under. And the effects of colorism are extreme, and nobody cares because they affect dark-skinned Black women the most. Um, I mean, I hate to say like there's a war against Black women, you know what I'm saying? But it's like there's just so much in this country that is aimed at putting Black women down, right? And it's up to us to combat that. It is. Because it's our image. And believe it or not, other people fight for their image. It's not just given to them. They do stuff to make sure that not their image, right? So that's what we have to do. And I believe that starts with gatekeeping the culture, which y'all don't do. And I'll get into that next video. I gotta go. It's 10 o'clock. I gotta go. But I hope you've hit the like button if you've been in the room. And thank you so much for being around here and stuff. But yeah, I think that we did the natural hair movement, we did the body positivity movement. I'm gonna talk about this next video, but it's like, how did that benefit Black women? Still, we are told we're not good enough. Still, we are told our natural features are not good enough. So what were those movements for? What were they really for? We'll talk about that next video because that pisses me off. It really does. Like we sat there and had a whole natural hair movement, and you wear your natural hair in real life and you get a lot of grief, honestly. But then people want to act like come online and be like, oh, you're not wearing your natural hair. Like, don't try it. We all know that y'all don't support that in real life. You say one thing on here and you do another. Again, go back to those Kevin Samuel videos where he's interviewing white women, right? And he asked one of the white women guests, he was like, how do you rate yourself? And she's like, I don't. She would not play into his game. What y'all doing on there? A 4. I'm a 7. You can't do a 7. Can't do a 7. She said, I don't. What is that? What is ranking? And he's like, you do rank. You rank. Right? She was like, okay, like, because she's not used to that. She's not put under that pressure every day to jump through hula hoops to prove her worth. And again, the women that want to be like, oh, you talk about us to non-Black women, right? When they date out, they talk. Of course they do. What do you think that these people are bonding over? What do you think that they're bonding over? And no, it's not the same for Black women, white men relationships. It's not, even though there are a lot of people that put that image out there, generally that's not how it goes. But a lot of these dudes will tell non-Black women, like, I picked you because you're better. And, these women love to hear that. That's part of the allure. They're sitting there having conversations like that and then bringing her around you. And she's sitting up there looking at you like, right? When you have conversations about colorism, they're like, it's really hard for y'all because Dusties don't like you. They really like us more. It's like, I don't want to be liked by a bunch of Dusties. I don't want to be fetishized by a bunch of Dusties. So we good, right? And I support Black love and Black relationships all the time, but I do not support colorism. I don't support colorism and colorism relationships. I don't. I don't care about those. I don't. A lot of times, those women are closer in skin tone to white women than they are to Black women. A lot of the lighter skinned women that they, so these are things that they do to keep you in line. I'm going to end with this. The best thing you can do is get yourself out of a situation where this type of behavior is normal. Just get yourself somewhere safer. And do the best you can to stay safe and protect yourself and stand up for yourself and care about your image and care about how people see you, because that matters. And if people are telling you that doesn't matter, they're not here for you. It absolutely matters. There's no point to be feminine in the hood. There's no point. There's not. Learn how to be feminine. Keep it within yourself. Let it live within you, right? It lives in you. It lives in me. Let it live within you. But you got to wait till you get to a safe place to let that femininity flourish, okay? And once you're in a safe place, that's what's so funny about all these femininity videos. I'm like, if you could just get yourself into a safer space, you would flourish in your femininity because you'd be able to, right? It is what it is. Like, we're not going to pretend like the hood isn't the hood, man. It's not normal. Nobody comes to America to look at the hood, right? Just like you think about, you go to another country and you visit it, and people don't go to look at the poorest parts. They go to experience the best parts. You should be living in the best parts. You should want that for yourself. That matters to me more than being stigmatized. Like somebody said on Twitter the other day, sharing a baby daddy does not sound appealing to me. It just doesn't. I don't want to share a baby daddy. You understand? This ain't no Martell Holt situation over here. He's a psychopath. He is a sociopath. Martell Holt. Classic example. He clearly plays video games. I don't care what nobody say. He's clearly playing video games because he has the inflated ego of one of these dudes that sits around playing video games all day, thinking that he's running the world. Because you made some business deals, bruh. Talking about she got better, sexually a little bit, but who are you, Casanova? If you were so good in that area, wouldn't she want to be with you no matter what? And she don't want to be with you. She want to go. But it's like she went and had 4 kids with him. Or is it 3? I think it was 4. And it's that proximity to whiteness. They don't care what you look like. When you can make them feel like they've got some type of connection to right? What's actually running the show, right? And everybody wants that. It is what it is, but I'm just saying that they have a hard time being honest about that. Everybody wants connection to power, right? But it's like you gotta build your own power when you're a man. You gotta build your own power. You can't nest in other people's communities. Puxahani, Puxahani, Puxahani Phil. You cannot pop up after the winter in other people's communities. You have to build your own. Well, you know, the situation with Chad Wheeler, like I said, you have to discern better for yourself. You have to, and of course, that wasn't her fault at all. It's never your fault when someone hits you or hurts you. But do the best you can to make choices so that you're not in contact with people like that, right? I'm sure he probably gave a couple of warning signs before, maybe a slammed fist or, my husband don't do none of that. He don't slam his fist. He doesn't punch holes in the wall. He doesn't do any of that. It's very possible. And a lot of these people will be on YouTube talking, I'm trying to help Black women, and simultaneously telling y'all, you want too much. You can't have it all. I think that if you have someone that loves you and you're living in a safe space and you're able to flourish in your femininity, your masculinity, whatever it is that you want to flourish in, because we all about whatever you want to do over here. I think that that's winning. Okay. So that matters more than saying I'm in a relationship, right? A lot of times we want to be in a relationship, but you should want to be safe. That matters more. So, yeah, let's just keep on doing what we can to protect ourselves. I know for me, it starts with getting up every morning and working out and trying to just stay in shape so that, as I've told you guys before, I'm not depending on hospitals, that are greatly impacted by medical racism to take care of me. I have to take care of myself. It starts with self. I also, I juice and I try to eat as healthy as I can. And I don't ingest negative content. And you see what I'm saying? 24/7. Be gentle with yourself. Take care of yourself. Seriously. In every way. All right? Oh, shit. God damn it. Okay. Oh, hey, Stephanie, right? Hey. I'm like, I feel bad I said your name, but you got it on there. That's fine. Hey, you know what? Probably because you were busy studying and I was busy acting a fool. Okay, I was way too busy trying to be a class clown and instead of focusing on if I could do high school again, I would have worked harder on like the studying part so that I could go to better school. Not that my schools weren't good, but it's all about connections and who you know, baby. Sorry, I need high connections. So, but it's good to see you. I'm glad that you stopped by. Yeah, I'm gonna be heading out because we got the grill on. We're gonna make some steak. It's Friday, so thank you everyone for joining me. Please hit the like button. Also, if you can and you're willing and you're able to, please check out my last video about my dog Cersei. She is she has glaucoma, so we're doing a lot of different things to like keep her well. But it's been a costly little adventure for us here during quarantine. And so if you can contribute in any way, just even sharing the fundraiser, I really appreciate that. I don't like to come on and talk about any current trauma that I'm experiencing, but I will do anything for Cersei because she's my dog and I promised her I would, and the bottom line is, when it's time for her to have surgery and everything, we want to make sure that we have everything and that, we don't have to turn any option down because it's not affordable. And unfortunately, when it comes to dog eyes, things can get expensive. So yeah, if you can check out that fundraiser, I would really greatly appreciate it. We already got, thank you to everyone that's donated so far, because I know people on this channel have donated and we really appreciate it, like, so much. I can't even tell you. I really appreciate you guys' support. So, all right, that's it. I'm gonna get going. We had a bit of a talk here. It was good. I will be back soon. I'm not gonna disappear like that on y'all. Okay, but like I said, it was only a week or so, about a week ago. So you guys are good. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Deshante. Thank you, everyone else. Even if you disagree with my opinions, oh well. Because one thing that I do care about is being respectful to everybody on the channel. And I think no matter what, I do that. And I would love to start having more of these conversations and bringing y'all on and you know what I'm saying, really like talking to each other and getting your feedback and stuff. So keep that in mind if you're watching my channel and you're like, I don't like you. That's all right. That's all right. Okay, we can still talk and have conversations, and let's talk about that. But like I said, we always keep it respectful over here. We don't do beef. We're vegetarians. Okay, thank you. Except for I'm about to have some steak right now, baby. We don't do beef. We do Kobe. We do Kobe beef. We do Wagyu. All right, so we keep it expensive. All right, we don't do low grade beef. Okay, so I hope that you understand everything that we talk about. My aim is to always have open, productive conversations and to be respectful of each other. All right. I appreciate y'all. Hopefully my husband's not too mad that it's super late now. And I'll see you guys soon. Have a good night.